Hello all, welcome back to Trinity Software. Let's see about Python zip function in this video. Let's take a list of string which contains the names of 4 people and their corresponding ages are stored in another list. Now we are going to pass these two lists as parameters to this zip function. Python zip is actually a container that holds real data inside. So it can take these iterable elements. It can be list or tuple or dictionary or string or set. These can be taken as input to this Python zip function and it will return an iterator. So this will be the output of this Python zip function. So the output is obtained such that the first tuple contains the first element from each of the iterables. That is, the first item in each past iterator will be paired together and we get the first tuple of the output. Similarly, second item in each past list are paired together and we get the second tuple, and it goes on. Okay, so we'll see how this works by applying the zip function directly. So this is the syntax for zip function. Zip star iterables means that zip function can take 0 or more number of iterables as its argument. So that is expanded here as iterable 1, iterable 2, iterable 3. It can have as many number of iterables passed and it will return a zip object which is an iterator of tuples where the ith tuple will contain the ith element from each of the iterable. In my previous video, I have given a tutorial about iterator. I have given the link in the description below. You can watch that video if you want to know more about iterator. Okay. So this iterator is actually an object that contains a fixed number of elements and you can access each element in this iterator using next method. So we will see the examples for zip function. There are 3 cases. If we do not pass any parameter, zip will return an empty iterator. Let's check that. We are going to create a result res equal to zip function without any parameter. So this res is actually a zip object and can use next of res to retrieve the contents one by one. Since there is no element, it will raise an exception called stop iteration. It means that it is an empty iterator. And if a single iterable is passed, zip function will return an iterator of tuples with each tuple having only one element. So I'll have a list of 4 elements and I'm just going to pass this to the zip function. The result r equal to zip of a. Now r is a zip object. Just convert it into list using this function list of r. So this is actually returning the iterator of tuples and this each tuple has only one element. Okay, and if multiple iterables are passed, this function will return an iterator of tuples with each tuple having elements all the iterables. Okay, so let me have a different example for that. L1 equal to 1, 2, 3 and I have some tuple T1 equal to 10, 20 and 30. I'll have set S1 equal to 100, 200 and 300. So L1, T1 and S1 multiple iterables are passed to the zip function now. R is equal to zip of L1, T1, S1. Now, so this R is a zip object. You can just access each and every element by calling the next function or you can convert it into a list or tuple. Now I'll use next function to access each and every element of the result. So next of R will return the first tuple. So first tuple contains the first item from L1, T1 and S1. Again I call next of R. So it is 2, 20 and 100. Then 3, 30 and 300. Since all the elements have been accessed, now if I call next of R again, it will raise the exception stop iteration. Let's see how the zip function works. So it pairs the first elements of each iterator together and then pairs the second elements together and it goes on. What if the iterables in the zip function are of different length? So far we have seen the iterables are of same length. If the iterables are of different length, then the smallest length iterable will decide the length of the generated output. We have A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, comma 5. And we'll pass a string now. B is equal to hi. Okay, this string B contains only 3 elements, whereas A contains 5 elements. Now if I just pass this to zip function A comma B and use list of R, then the returned iterator will only contain 3 tuples since B contains only 3 elements. This happens because iterator stops when the shortest iterable is exhausted. So 1 comma H, 2 comma A and 3 comma I. With that, the iterator stops. And now let's see how unzipping is performed in Python. Unzipping, you can also call it as unpack zipped items. So it means that you are converting the zipped values back to the individual self as they were. So this can be done with the help of asterisk operator. Let's see an example for it. We have x equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 and we'll have another list y is equal to 11, 12, 13. Now I will generate zip function or is equal to zip by passing x comma y. Okay, so now R is actually a zip object. Now we are going to unpack this zipped item into two variables, coordinates and values. C comma v is equal to, we call the zip function and pass this star R. Now if you access C, C will contain the elements which we have passed in X. So it contains 1, 2, 3 and V will contain 11, 12, 13. So in this way you can unpack the zipped items into individual elements. What are the common uses of Python zip function? The first one is you can create a dictionary with a list of zipped keys and values. For example, let me have a list of keys which contain name, comma, age and marks. Okay, fine. Now the corresponding values are stored in a list called values. I'll use Carol and age 20 and the corresponding marks 78.5. Okay, these are the values. Now I'm going to convert this into a dictionary using this dict method. Store the resultant in D. D is equal to dict of using the zip function which takes keys and values as the argument. Keys comma values. Okay, now D contains the dictionary name colon Carol, age colon 20 and marks colon 78.5. Another use of zip function is that you can loop through multiple lists at once. We'll take another example. I have a list called name which contains 3 names. Okay, name and their corresponding age is stored in age list 3, 34, 15. Okay, now you can loop through this using zip function. For x comma y in, use zip function name comma age colon and I will print x comma y. So this is going to print the corresponding name and age. Alice 23, Bob 34 and Carol 16. So in this way you can loop through multiple lists at once using the zip function. That's it about Python zip function. If you like this video, kindly share and subscribe.